Shiesty came home, y'all, and made a first day out. They sent him right back to jail.
He protected him. He kept him humble. He kept him 100.
On July 3rd, 2026, investigators released footage of Pooh Shiesty forcing Gucci Mane to sign his release papers, resulting in the judge announcing his prison sentence. The official court document reads, Williams, aka Shiesty, announced that he wanted to film RD, aka Gucci Mane, on his cell phone, stating that Pooh Shiesty is dropped from the 1017 label, all while co-defendant DeMarcus Glover entered the recording room, blocking the door holding a firearm. This resulted in Pooh Shiesty's former lawyer revealing the truth, reading, Pooh Shiesty's former attorney says fans are jumping to conclusions over the recently leaked alleged footage tied to the federal case involving Gucci Mane and still believes the case can be beaten, saying it does not show Pooh with a firearm. They said that Pooh had this firearm, this alleged AK, and it doesn't show Pooh with the alleged AK.
For an update on Pooh's case, and because this alleged video came out, so let me tell you a couple things. Number one is I think it's pretty nasty work that there's leaks coming from the U.S. Attorney's Office in Texas on evidence that they feel will benefit their case. Of course, they're not leaking evidence that will not benefit their case. That's the first part of that. What is important in this alleged video is that it does not show Pooh with a weapon. Again, they said that Pooh had this AK-47, this alleged 47, and it doesn't show Pooh with an alleged 47. It shows someone else with an alleged 47. So there's still things in this video that still help the defense.
With all this new evidence seeming weak against Pooh Shiesty, Charleston White would react, wanting Shiesty released from jail.
I hate Pooh Shiesty gone, man. We ain't gonna have no more motherfucking rapping. We don't have no more good rapping. Last two good rapping is him and Finesse.
But this is where the case changes forever, because according to WAC 100, the feds don't even care that Pooh Shiesty robbed Gucci and forced a release contract. They're actually keeping him locked up because they want information about something else.
That's what they want to know. They not tripping the Gucci Mane thing. That's an open and shut banger. This is a Hobbs Act with special circumstances. They want to know now where the body's at. Yeah, we've been listening to these lyrics. We caught you with a couple that may have some things on them. Where the body's at. Y'all remember, this is gonna go from a Gucci Mane thing, which is very shallow right now because it's open and shut, to a RICO with mass indictments.
The feds are trying their hardest to get this information out of Pooh Shiesty, knowing there's many passings in the Memphis area that is related to Pooh Shiesty and his team, as investigators found evidence linking Shiesty to it, but more on that later. Because it's important to know they are holding him in some of the worst jail conditions imaginable to get this information out of him. The news wrote, inmates from the Dallas Federal Jail are making calls to friends about Pooh Shiesty's situation in jail. Sources claim that he's struggling being out of the Memphis area, and inmates are forcing commissary money out of the famous rapper.
Stand up while they eat. Hey man, you was in that mall standing up while you were eating. When they bump down on you, they ask you, is you under the five or is you a rapper? You said a rapper. I got facts about these, man. Hey man, I'm on man, you know what I'm talking about, man.
But here's where it gets very weird. The feds only put Shiesty in this situation when Gucci Mane dropped his track Crash Dummy. A viral reaction even read, did Gucci really just drop this Crash Dummy track admitting to being robbed instead of handling it like a real street dude? Go get your stuff back like a man. As the song confirms how the crime happened, those involved, and even what it was about. Meaning the feds can do anything they want to Pooh Shiesty as they know that a crime occurred. Academics would describe the new song as soft snitching, reading, quote, Academic says he initially thought Gucci Mane wouldn't give a statement to the feds, but the song he dropped was a whole statement, and asks Charleston White to step up his telling game.
Forget everything I said. Remember I said Gucci ain't gonna make a statement? This is a statement right here. Yo, this is it's a statement right here. Yo, I swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Yo, I'm gonna keep it a beat with you. Yo, Charleston White gotta step his snitching game up. Charleston White ain't doing this over a beat with an 808 with Zaytoven Tulsa White is doing this on Instagram in his drawers.
Gucci Mane directly called out Pooh Shiesty in 2 specific bars by rapping, "Tell the truth, you went out like a real crash dummy, and after all that, you're still signed to me," to even the line, "I thought it was a business meeting, but it was a setup," admitting there was a robbery, and Shiesty actually tried to make Gucci sign the release contract, which ended up being true. But Gucci Mane would do something that will likely sentence Pooh Shiesty to life in prison. According to court files, it reads, under oath, FBI agent Hansen testified and admitted that Gucci Mane gave a statement to Dallas PD about the January 10th, 2026 robbery at the studio in North Dallas. Pooh Shiesty would proceed to rest his head against the courtroom wall as his left leg was shaking while his attorney, Bradford Cohen, questioned the agent about Gucci Mane allegedly being pushed onto the couch and items pointed at him. Agent Hansen said Gucci told his security, who were ex-Detroit police, "We are outmanned." Pooh Shiesty in court would shake his head in disbelief when agent says that Gucci told his security to put his firearm down, revealing that Gucci did give a statement to the Dallas police. Those inside of the courtroom when it was revealed said that Shiesty did a lot more than just shake his head. He was eye-rolling, rubbing his face, in total surprise that an OG just worked with police. This would get the attention of Charleston White, who said,
"It sounds like Gucci cooperated. It sounds like the victim. Gucci was a victim and gave his testimony. Come on over here with me, Gucci. It's all right. It's all right to go and be civilian. Yeah, come on."
Due to Gucci working with the feds, Pooh Shiesty's prison sentence would then be labeled inside of a courtroom. Shiesty would end up reacting with a tweet that read, "As I sat right behind Pooh Shiesty during the hearing, minutes before the judge's ruling, Pooh Shiesty whispered, 'I'm straight,' with a head nod to his family in the back of the gallery," as his attorney Bradford Cohen gave a final argument at today's hearing. However, to understand what Gucci said in his statement and when Shiesty's release date is, it's important to know the facts. This all began when the news wrote, Pooh Shiesty and Big 30 reportedly robbed Gucci Mane in Dallas. According to the DOJ, Shiesty allegedly held a firearm towards Gucci and forced him to sign a contract release from the 1017 label. While Big 30 blocked the door to prevent him from leaving, 9 people from Memphis would be charged, and the stolen jewelry appeared on social media within hours.
Help me understand this, y'all. Please help me. I really need help. Pooh Shiesty did all that time in jail, in the feds. Pooh Shiesty came home, y'all, and made a first day out. They sent him right back to jail. Pride and ego is our main enemy.
A few hours would go by and the truth would be revealed, because the news wrote, anonymous source tells academics that when Gucci snitched Pooh Shiesty to the feds, he felt sympathy for Shiesty's dad, saying he was peer pressured into the situation and doesn't want him locked up, but everything was already out of control.
If anybody was peer pressured, from what I'm hearing, it was the daddy, Bontrail, when the situation happened, Gucci allegedly looked up at the daddy, and the daddy was like, showed some type of sympathy and empathy for Gucci, but it was out of his control.
This got the attention of Shiesty's mom. She would go on IG Live speaking about her son's arrest as well as her ex-husband.
He protected him. He kept him humble. He kept him 100 and kept away from around some suckers and pluckers. I prayed for them, man. Looks so good, man.
However, DJ Academics would start investigating it himself. He would end up revealing Gucci had hired off-duty cops to serve as his security for the last few years that nobody even knew about. This raises the question of, why does Gucci sign gangsters, then have them secretly around off-duty officers almost every single day without anyone knowing?
But the idea that some of y'all trying to give Gucci an out, is like, nah, it's because it's not like they fooled him and it was an undercover cop. That's what people keep saying, undercover. No, he hired a policeman. He hired a policeman. It wasn't undercover. It wasn't a guy acting like he was security. No, he hired the cops. And a crime happened in the in the presence of the cops.
A viral reaction read, anyone else find it odd that Gucci went to the studio with several off-duty cops when it was supposed to be a meeting with one of his biggest artists who's fresh out of prison? To me, it feels like Gucci knew something was gonna happen, which ended up being correct. But Gucci knew something was gonna happen for one specific reason, and it's what happened with the passing of Big Scarr, aka Pooh Shiesty's cousin. DJ Academics would reveal on stream reading, Academic says that the word was that Pooh Shiesty started to have issues with Gucci because how Gucci handled things after his cousin Big Scarr had passed.
This drops, it looks like he's not, he's never really publicly fell out with Gucci, but the word has been this. He's unhappy about how Gucci discarded or seemed unemotional to, or pretty much not caring, right? The lack of he gave when Big Scarr, who is Pooh Shiesty's cousin, passed away.
After Pooh Shiesty signed to the 1017 label, he would also help his actual real-life cousin Big Scarr get signed as well. But in case you didn't know, when Scarr passed, Gucci didn't want to put up the money for Scarr's funeral at first. When Shiesty was in jail at the time when it was happening, he was limited to what he could do. Meanwhile, Gucci was rolling in money. Knowing that Shiesty was in jail and couldn't make music to get out of his deal, he was sitting back and collecting royalties on all of Big Scarr and Pooh Shiesty's music, but at the same time was refusing to pay the funeral cost, resulting in bad press on social media. Eventually, Gucci would cough up the money, as confirmed by Big Scarr's father.
I don't know how this got out of control like this, y'all. It's ugly. Gucci did what he did. 100 is 100. I'm the one ain't looking for nothing. I just want what rightfully belongs to my son. I ain't asking for nothing else.
But to Shiesty, this was still very disrespectful. All he wanted was $10,000. To Gucci, this is literally nothing. So when Shiesty got word that Gucci was refusing, he wanted out of his deal as soon as possible, not wanting to make Gucci millions for all of Shiesty's hard work. But after all of this, DJ Vlad would react, I've spoken to a few people close to the Pooh Shiesty Gucci Mane robbery, and this is what I keep hearing. There's no actual evidence of Gucci getting robbed, so the case will hinge on one thing, Gucci taking the stand and saying that people robbed him. But here's the interesting part. If Gucci says that nothing happened, then he can't claim that he signed Shiesty's release under duress, and he will now never make any more money off of Pooh Shiesty's music. But if Gucci does take the stand off Pooh, then the contract release gets thrown out, Gucci continues to make money off of Pooh Shiesty, but then everyone will call Gucci a rat, like they are doing right now. So it will come down to Gucci choosing money over his reputation. What do you think he will choose? Where this would be explained into further detail by Mo for Lawyer for Workers.
If Gucci does not testify, the question of is Pooh cooked comes down to 2 paragraphs in the complaint plus 1 picture. They say Big 30 barricades the door to the studio. They say that the security guards try to barge in, and when the security guards barge in, they get a peek and they see that they're outnumbered by the armed target suspects. It does not say that they are outnumbered by an armed Pooh Shiesty. Instead, they lump Pooh Shiesty in with the whole group of target suspects, suggesting that the security guards only saw other people, not Pooh with the later, where it's alleged that Pooh he's allegedly holding it to the back of the one of the business people. And so if there's anybody here other than Gucci who seems like they could put Pooh away, it's going to be one of the business guys.